Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello. I'm a gentleman, mate. There's no ladies here.
Make it a formal introduction this time.
Georgia is absent tonight. She has college, so she'll be missing out on this one.
Back to college.
Fucking hell. She dipped it out. And
She's doing it the wrong. She's doing it the wrong way around. Actually, gone uni, and now she's going college.
She's doing it like reverse.
What's she even doing at college again?
Accounting, isn't she?
Oh yeah, dropped out of college, dropped out of uni for maths, and then does accounting at college.
I'd love to know why she did maths. Actually,
That was a weird. Yeah, but no. The only thing I didn't get is she dropped out because she did maths, because she doesn't like enjoy maths. Like it's not that interesting. And then now she's doing accounting.
Well, I think now she's got a job that's kind of pretty much on accounting that she wants to kind of.
Oh yeah, she wants to be an accountant for the bank that she works at. Yeah.
Yeah, that's her goal. So if she thinks that'll help, then more power to her, really.
If you're not enjoying something, you know Lydia, the head of the tennis team at uni. She was going into her third year PhD for sports psychology, and she just dropped out.
Really?
She was like, "Fuck that."
Whoa! Wow, just the workload.
She just couldn't. She just didn't enjoy it. I don't think she wanted to.
How many years was her PhD?
3.
Nice.
She did a Georgia, going into the final year and dropped out.
Fuck that, they must know each other. Must do.
Imagine doing it for a PhD though, like the last possible thing.
I don't know. I think I'd have to tough it out. Like, if I did 2 years, I'd be like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna get this.
Yeah, because then you can just be a lecturer. Like she doesn't know what she wants to do, but like she doesn't know what jobs to apply for now. It's gonna be tough to do anything. I'd have just done it and just become a lecturer. It's easy.
Yeah, well, at least she's got her tennis thing on the side, hasn't she? Where she makes.
I think she's just going to become a tennis coach now, like full time. But yeah, what's been going on with you then, bro?
Nothing much, man. I've just been working really and going to the gym. That's literally it. Have you
started this new job?
I done the training for it last week, like 3
training.
days. Yeah, it was
easy.
Yeah, it was easy. You're just in a classroom, man. Like the classroom was like. It was
bare people?
Not bare, like 20, 30 of
Oh
it.
shit.
And they were talking about like for the 3 days. Like one of the days was about like whistleblowing and like data protection. The other one was about like the ethos of the company and
just generic shit.
And then the last day was about like epilepsy and how it
what the people you're dealing with.
And just the medication and just all that kind of stuff. It was actually quite intriguing. Like that bit was the most intriguing part, but I almost fell asleep for most of it. I'd say.
Yeah.
Like especially in a classroom as well. Like when you're in a classroom setting, like you can doze off. Like they had a coffee machine at the back, and I had about 5 coffees, and I still was like closing my eyes, almost headbanging the fucking desk. I must have done that about almost 8 times. You know when you're in a classroom, and then you're just listening, and then you just close, like you can't keep your eyes open, so you just go like that, and you go. Whoop.
Yeah, like every day at school.
I did that about 8 times on one day.
Yeah.
I was so
Yeah, because you're not because the things they say they just have to say for legal reasons. Like no one.
No, but do you know what it is? When you're in a classroom, like you only take like certain information like at the start for like 20, 30 minutes, and after that you just phase out. It always like even when I learned at uni when we were going through about sedentary behaviour, and they were talking about like when you're in a classroom, they should be teaching you like for 20, 30 minutes like in bursts, and then you should stand up and like shake about and like walk about for like a couple minutes, then sit back down, learn like. Take in another 25 minutes and keep doing that until that's actually a really good idea. They should actually implement that in schools. That'd be so like I don't feel enough schools would do it though.
Yeah, but mate, in schools kids aren't paying attention for fucking the whole class, let alone giving them another.
Well, even so, maybe in like at university, maybe, but maybe not in primary school or secondary. If secondary, people would just fucking get up and just leg it out of the classroom. Yeah, they would just leg it out of the classroom.
So when are you starting this job then?
So I was gonna do like a shadow shift this week, but because I'm going on holiday on Monday. Oh yeah, shit. So I was like. They were like, well, why don't you just do it when you're back? Because you're going to retain all this information from the shadow shift, then you're going on holiday.
Yeah.
And then, you know what I mean? So they were like,
so
just do it when you're back.
So what, you leave Monday for Amsterdam and you come back from Barcelona when?
Sunday night.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, mate, you're fucking missing out big time.
I'm missing out. It's a shame.
You little cunt, mate. You should be going.
I can't go. I got appointments.
You flaked, bro. You're one of the flakers, isn't it?
I didn't flake. I literally can't go.
When the
medical reasons.
The non-flake crew are going.
Miran has flaked because he can actually go.
I thought but you bang on about how he has no money. I haven't.
Well, yeah. To be fair, like he has no money to go. We both can't go. Him for financial reasons, me for medical.
I haven't even I spoke to him a couple of weeks ago, and he was saying about how he couldn't afford it. So I was like, if he was going to come, it would be fucking Barcelona. But the funny thing is, we were doing this for his birthday, and his birthday's on Sunday, and he ain't even going.
Oh shit!
So yeah, he's like a massive.
He was saying he was going to try and go to one of them, like just to Barcelona, but he obviously doesn't have the money for that either.
Yeah, I don't know his situation now. Like,
he's got a new job, hasn't he?
Is he working at Abercrombie & Fitch?
He's got a new job at Abercrombie. Abercrombie, fuck.
No, right. So I spoke to him like a couple weeks ago, a month ago, and he was working at a bar. Like,
well, no, he does like events, so he doesn't know exactly what he's going to do, but it's usually around like bar work, waitering. He gets told to do these events.
I swear he told me he actually got a job at like a bar. Like, no.
I don't think so. But he can't have these jobs because these bar jobs and stuff. He just doesn't turn up. Like he literally he got sacked. I'm pretty sure he got sacked from that events one because he just didn't turn up once and doesn't tell people when he's not turning up, and his bosses obviously just sack him.
I don't know what goes through that boy there.
Okay, this is a fact. I know Miran's listening to this as well. Miran, I will. All right, this is actual thing. I'll pay you. Right, I'll pay you £100 if you can last at Abercrombie by, well, whenever you start, I'll give you 3 months, and if you're still there full time, I'll pay you money.
Yeah, but won't he be?
Because I guarantee he gets
uni as well, won't he? He'll go out to uni, so he probably will get.
Yeah, he will get. He won't tell him.
He won't tell him. Yeah, he won't tell him. He'll be like, "Oh yeah, no, so I'm like, I just got trained." He's like,
"Oh fuck, I've got an exam." Shit, man. Yeah, and then they're like, "Oh, just come in quick to the London branch," and he's like, I'm in Leicester. I don't even live in London.
No, he'll be like, "Oh, can you transfer me to Leicester?" Like, they ain't got fucking one up in Leicester.
Abercrombie and Leicester. Have you seen what they wear in Leicester, mate? Jesus Christ.
But I haven't spoken to him. But the holiday was like partly his idea, and it was for his birthday, and he didn't even going.
Yeah,
it's so funny. But I'm fucking buzzing. I'm so excited, man. I cannot wait.
It'd be pretty sick. Yeah, I so badly wanted to go back to Amsterdam again.
Yeah,
I do want to go to Barcelona as well, but
what's
the weather like in Barcelona now?
It's still probably like 20,
around 20.
Well, I look. Andrew sent me.
Hot enough. Probably.
Andrew actually sent me the weather. Like he sent me the weather going on, and in Amsterdam when we get there, it's like 24 degrees on the Monday.
Oh, that's good.
Like
I think Barcelona will be like warm enough. Maybe not.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hot for here though.
I don't really care. I'm buzzing. I've never been Barcelona, so that'll be a new one. But I'm just looking forward to fucking just strolling around Amsterdam with Aaron. To be honest, he's gonna make me crease. He's a fucking crazy bastard, man.
Oh, I forgot Aaron's there.
Yeah, well, Aaron and Andrew, innit? So I'm like gonna be like babysitting.
You, Andrew, Aaron,
and me, Andrew, and Aaron.
Is it just you three?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought there was someone else. Yeah.
No, Georgia was supposed to come, but she couldn't get off work. Ema goes to Leeds. Amy Lee just was moved. She's moving. Oh my god! Hear this. So I was around Ema and Amy Lee's the other night, like for like fucking hours, and we were just chatting about bollocks. And Amy Lee's moving, obviously, because Ema's moving to Leeds, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Amy Lee's like, yeah, I found like a shared house. So I was like,
where?
In Tuebrook, right? So I was like, what house is it?
That's in Liverpool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? And I go, and she goes, in Tuebrook. And I go, where in Tuebrook? And she showed me the first picture. Mate, it was the fucking one we went to see, innit? The one I was going to move into. I started creasing. I was like, no way. I was like, them bastards. Like,
yeah, but that was a shit area.
It was a shit area, but it was a nice fucking house.
And there was no night buses or anything.
That's the only thing, like, getting to and from... You can get a bus, but it'd have to be, like, the last one's, like, whatever, like, 12:30. Like, 12:30. But
no,
the house is really nice. Because remember when we went to see it, it was actually really nice.
Yeah.
But she's moving into there, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you have a laugh. Just...
Yeah, no, it's going to be funny, because, like...
Where are you staying? Hostels?
We're still in the same place, the King Nord, isn't it? You know the place in Amsterdam we stayed in last year?
Cheaper, though. Because weekdays.
Yes, it's...
Yeah, you might as well stay there. We know it's good, don't we?
We're staying there. We're staying at a hostel that's like, I think, 6 minutes away from the beach in Barcelona.
Oh, that's sick. What, in a shared room, probably?
Yeah, it's a 4-bedroom and there's 3 of us.
So you're going to get that one fucking guy with his guitar in there.
Or just a couple.
One of those backpackers.
Or just a couple just fucking...
No, you can't have couples in a hostel 1 beds.
Well, they might just put one name in it and then just fucking get...
What would you do if there was literally just one absolute fucking 10 out of 10 bird that you all like proper wanted? That would be a joke.
I'd like to see fucking Aaron will just be trying it all over her.
Aaron would, yeah.
And then fucking she won't understand him because his accent's fucking too strong.
And then you sweep in.
She'll be like, "Oh, you're right." He'll be like, "Oh, no."
Andrew will be so high he won't even fucking know she's there. He'll be like, "Huh? Is that Mira?"
No, he'll be like, she'll actually say something to him. He'll be like, he'll look at her and be like, "Oh dear!"
Oh dear!
Yeah, she will as well. But no, I'm
oh dear, get out of my room! Get out of my room! Oh dear, get out of my room!
But no, I'm looking forward to them two, like, because I feel like I'm going to babysit him a little bit. Because Andrew just is fucking a loose cannon anyway.
Andrew on holidays, yeah.
And Aaron's just a fucking loose cannon in a different way.
Aaron will be the same on holiday, I reckon.
So, but I feel it'll be fucking sweet. It's actually pretty sweet. I'm going with them two, and it's just 2 of them. It's 3 of us, so it won't be any like complications or anything because it's like
Daddy Ryan, the mature one.
Yeah, mate. I'm here. No beers. No, I'm joking. Fucking getting bare drunk, man. Actually,
You're gonna get super drunk the first time you go out. Fuck me. You haven't drunk in a while.
No, I haven't been. I was actually thinking about that when you and Georgia rang me the other week to go Birdie's bar. I actually wanted to go, but I fucking... This holiday is kind of like... I'm waiting for it to kind of end. It's weird because I've had all my money saved for it. It's like I can't do anything until this holiday's done.
Yeah.
And then I can get on with some other stuff, and I can go out and shit. But this holiday, I've just been trying to save this holiday really. So I haven't. But I wanted to go out to Birdie's bar. How was it, by the way?
Yeah, we had a good laugh. Yeah, it was a funny night. Where did we go? We went. Where are you talking about? Burley's bar.
Birdie's. Didn't you go Birdie's bar? Or did you go? No, you went Baltic, didn't you? Didn't you go to the bar in Baltic?
No, we just went to fucking town.
Oh, I thought you
we just went Largo and Hebe's and that was about it really.
Anything jokes happen?
We said it was just a laugh. I can't even remember now. No, nothing.
Well, we smashed.
Nothing crazy. We saw Q again on the door.
It's just always popping.
I was gonna show you this, right? You'll actually be like, what the fuck? So basically, next week. So the reason I can't go past to Amsterdam is because I've got to see a doctor again twice, right? I've been referred to like this guy in London because I had my results of my CT and MRI, right?
And is that why you went home?
No, that was in Liverpool.
Oh, okay, right.
No, I went home because I went to Bournemouth to see my mum.
Right, okay.
But yeah, so it's so fucked, right? So I got the scan through of my this X-ray sort of my spine. Yes. So my spine was like fucked. But obviously on an X-ray you can't really see anything. It's only like the outline of the spine. It's not like 3D. It's all like blurry and shit. That CT and that MRI are literally like it's so much detail and it's like 3D scans. You can go around like your entire body and see everything. So it was so fucking weird, right? So I went in for the results and he showed me everything and I was like, oh fuck. fuck. Like it's so fucked, right? Because basically with those scans you can see the reason why my spine is doing that.
Right.
It's not just doing it for like no reason. There's always a reason. So like with spines, you have vertebrae.
Okay.
Yeah, your spine. You have like the blocks, right? They go up like this.
Yeah.
And you should just be a block on block, straight all the way to the top, right? This is your head.
Right. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Okay.
But basically, near the top of near like up here, right? I've got one of my vertebrae is only partially developed. Like,
right. So it's like half a block.
It looks like it looks like this.
What the fuck?
It's small. It's really small.
So it's smaller than a half.
It's like a right angled triangle. And it's smaller than half of what a normal vertebrae is, right?
Right.
But so imagine a right angled triangle going up on blocks.
Okay.
If your spine needs to be straight and you've got a right angled triangle in the middle of it, then the spine can't be straight, because if that was here, the spine and these were on top of it, the spine would end up going off like this and it wouldn't reach the head.
And that's why the X-ray showed what it was.
So what happens is my spine has compensated by basically gradually making these blocks go like this, right? And then it sits in the middle.
Whoa.
And then goes back up. You know what I mean?
But the way you've drawn that picture, it's like, so is it just one of them? That's the
yeah, there's only one.
So why is it slided like that one and then you've got the vertebrae
well,
like that?
this is like... So the normal vertebrae just this is a bit extreme, but they gradually start going off on a bend to the right, and then eventually they get to this like acute angle where the right angle triangle's at the end of the angle, like here, and then they use the angle of the top of it to go back in towards the neck.
Fuck. And what is the actual cause of it?
It's just congenital scoliosis. So I was born with a partially developed vertebrae.
No way. Is it genetic?
So genetic. Born with it.
Does mum, dad?
No. No. My brother's now like, fuck, I need a scan.
Is it?
Yeah, but it's not like, it's just a random thing. But the problem is with like any spine problem, usually, I mean, surgery is always dangerous, but usually you can basically manipulate the spine with rods and pull the spine back into place, like pull this straight.
And that's what would happen if you had the surgery?
Under normal circumstances with a bent spine, they pull it back into place and they put rods in, right? They put rods in that go up like this, metal rods, to keep the spine in place when it's then straightened.
Okay.
But because I've got a partially developed vertebrae, my even if they manipulated my spine and made it go as straight as possible, it can't ever be straight because this little fucking right angle triangle is there. So it's always going to be in the way. So basically, my surgery, they're going to have to remove
it, the whole thing.
Remove a vertebrae, that vertebrae, and then I'm going to have one less vertebrae than everyone else.
Right.
And then after they've removed it, then they got to put it back into place. But my guy, my consultant that I saw, he was like, "This is a very, very dangerous surgery," and I was like, and he was like, "I can't perform it. You have to go see like a specialist." And he was like, I was like, "Well, what do you mean? How dangerous is dangerous for like a regular, spinal surgeon to do this? Like, what's the percentage chance of paralysis, like being paralysed?" And he was like, and I was thinking he was going to say like 20%, and then he was like, over 50%. And I went, that's a problem.
Wow.
I was like, so you're telling me if you were to do the surgery on me, there's more chance I come out of the surgery paralysed? And he was like, yes. And I went, not feeling that. So I have to see like people in London to fucking
get some options,
so they can look at the CT and MRI and basically tell me if they can do it relatively safely. But it's pretty fucked.
Fucking hell, that must have blown your bubble, mate.
Yeah, I know. Like, I think best scenario, I'm going to have to go into a surgery with like a 25% chance of paralysis.
That's so crazy.
It's proper fucked.
So when do you think they'll get that? When do you think you'll get that done? So you've got to go get some more stuff done before that.
I just got to see a consultant, so they look at my scans and then they can, and then book a surgery from there if they think they can do it.
Well, mate, that's a pretty good reason not going on holiday. So,
so that's my reason for
that's not bad. That's not a bad one.
Fucked.
Miran, mate, you're fucked. Think of a better excuse than that. Like, I don't know. Fucking hell.
But yeah.
That's heavy. That's heavy, man. But at least you're taking it well.
But in better news, I got a new job as well. Oh, another job.
Right. What's this new one?
I'm now a private healthcare consultant.
Oh, for who and where?
For private healthcare. So
right.
basically, it's linked to the NHS. So it's kind of like this. So I go in to I say I've got a spine issue, and then they refer me to a spine consultant that I go and see in a hospital, right? If you're doing something through private surgery, you say your problem, and then they refer you to a consultant who specialises in that issue.
Right.
So I'm doing that as a nutritionist. But the difference is that usually when you're referred to a doctor, you obviously go into a hospital and sit down with a doctor face to face.
Right.
But with nutrition, that doesn't work. So NHS and private healthcare don't do that anymore. So it's all digital.
Right. So.
Because basically the old model of getting someone to sit in front of a nutritionist like for an hour and just tell them what to do and then let them go off and just hope they fucking eat correctly.
So you just did it by Skype or email or whatever?
Well, it's like constant access. So you do it through this app, and it's basically just like they have access to you and they can just message you whenever, and it's just like a back and forth after like a brief talk and stuff.
So that's another job from home. Very nice.
Yeah, that'll be like the main thing now.
Yeah.
But that's good because I had to go in for an interview in London last week for that. That was fucking.
Oh, that was the one you was.
Yeah, that's why I went back to London as well. I thought they were making it out right as if it was going to be this fucking like really informal interview. They were like, come in like casual clothes, like we're just gonna sit in the cafe and have a little chat. And I was like, oh, that sounds fucking nice. And then I went in, and they were like, come up to the office. Went up to the office, and there was literally just 3 fucking people sitting down in front of me, and I had to sit down at the other side. They all had notepads in front of them, and I was like, oh fuck, like I'm not prepared for this. Like it's proper serious formal interview, like hardcore questions just grilling me. And that was like, one of them was a CEO, the others were like lead dietitians in the NHS, and I was just like it was fucking weird, but it actually went really well.
What did you just?
They were just fucking grilling me like on all these serious like in-depth nutrition questions and like biology questions and all of this. But luckily my brain was working, so they were happy and they gave me the job the next day.
Well, if it ain't your spine, at least your brain's working, mate. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
That's crazy as shit.
Unfortunately, your spine is connected to your brain, so if my spine fucks up, then I'm fucked.
Yeah, you'd be useless.
I know. No tennis, no.
You could be used in lab experiments.
Yeah,
I'll just fucking rat.
Yeah, my new job will be a fucking rat. Just be a human test for all scientific subjects. Miran should do that actually.
What a test subject.
Yeah, Miran's the type of person that if you had to test on a human, it would be Miran. Just to fucking see everything that's wrong.
Just sell his body in it.
Yeah.
just sign up for all the fucking studies, innit? Just go through different ones.
He'd do that actually. He probably doesn't even know that's a thing. Miran, that is a thing. They actually pay you they pay you thousands of pounds if you want to offer your body or like if you want to test out a drug or potentially a placebo if they give it to you. Like they'll pay you like $5,000 to participate in a study sometimes. But you're risking taking a drug with like
so much
risks, adverse effects, and they don't even know what's going to happen to you. So you fucking, you might wake up and you're fucking one ear.
I reckon Miran listened to this and just got a ding in his head, innit? Like a fucking light bulb, innit? He's
wake up with like no penis, mate.
He's like, ooh, Barca next week.
Yeah. Oh, I tell you this though, I won't name him. One of my mates though, he's got a surgery, and so basically he's got a blockage in his penis. So he's struggling to like piss and stuff, right? Like you know you know, the like little tube that goes up your dick.
Yeah.
Basically, I don't know how. I mean, I genuinely assume he thinks it's from riding his bike, but it could be from like intense sex or wanking because he had a girlfriend at the time. Basically, he's built up scar tissue in the in that tract in his penis.
Yeah.
And it's causing him loads of issues. So basically, they've got to get rid of the scar tissue in the pipe of his penis. So he's got to go in for there's 2 surgeries. The first one, they hope they can do it. Basically, they put in a micro knife down his penis, right? And they literally cut out the fucking scar tissue in his penis. But there's like a 50% chance that works, and most of the time the scar tissue just comes back. And so he might have to go in for a second surgery where they literally chop your dick in half and remove it like manually, and then they sew your dick back up. He's telling me about it, and I was like, don't know whose surgery's worse. I was like, we were telling each other's surgeries. Like, I was like, to be fair, I'd rather, if you had to go in for a surgery with a 50% chance you're going to wake up paralysed, or a 50% chance you wake up without your dick, what would you choose?
It's fucking no winning there, isn't it?
I suppose, to be fair, if I'm paralysed, I can't use my dick.
You might as well go for the dick one.
I'll take the dick one.
Take the dick one.
That shows how bad it is.
There's less risk in that one.
Yeah.
On the overall.
Yeah, fuck.
That's horrible, man. Well, I pray for that guy. Whoever that is, I wish him well. If I know him, I wish him well.
Yeah, no, it's fucked.
That is actually fucked up, you know.
So weird how like some things, like you just get these problems out of nowhere. It's like anything, isn't it? Like cancer or anything. Like you just pop up. But mine's weird, right? Because I've literally had this since I was born. It's taken me.
Since you, it's just normal.
It's taken me 25 years to realise that my spine.
Yeah, I thought you walked weird, didn't it?
Well, no, I think it's got worse. I think from like tennis and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I suggested last time. That it might have been from tennis.
It's definitely made it worse, but yeah.
That's fucked up though.
Yeah, man.
It's like a bent stick, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. I think it might help me with tennis, right? Because I think because it goes off to the right and I'm right-handed. I reckon it makes. I've got like my forehand's a bit ridiculous. Yeah, for anyone out there that wants to challenge me at a tennis match, my forehand's very powerful. I wonder if it actually makes my right side more powerful.
Well, it might do, you know.
It actually might.
Because it might tip your power over to one side.
Yeah.
That's nuts, isn't it? Imagine if you like made it to like Wimbledon or whatever, and they found out you had a fucking crude spot.
Yeah, imagine if it keeps getting worse, right? And then I just end up with the most ridiculously powerful right hand for tennis, and I just fucking like beat Nadal and shit.
Yeah, but then imagine like by the time it gets so bad, it just bends out your back like a hunchback, and you're just like, it's just coming out like.
It's gonna end up in my arm.
It actually is. You're gonna have vertebrae like.
My arm is gonna be a spine. Hello.
Fucking hell! I reckon you're an inbred.
Yeah.
I reckon you're an
I was
inbred.
born in Everton.
Fuck. That's crazy though.
Did you watch any of the US Open tennis?
Fuck, was that this week? No, it wasn't last weekend.
Literally been the last 2 weeks, mate.
Mate, I haven't heard fuck all from it.
You know, I've watched.
No, I did.
I never usually watch it either.
Federer went out early, didn't he? He went out early.
He went out 4th round.
Yeah, I heard, that's the only thing I heard. Other than that, I haven't heard fuck all really from tennis.
Federer lost a baby Fed. Dimitrov, Dimitrov's a bit older now, but he was always meant to be the next Federer. He replicated his entire game, all his shots of Federer, but he just hasn't grown into like the player that he was meant to be.
Right.
But and as the first time he ever beat Federer, Federer beat him like 15 times in a row.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
So who did Federer lose to?
Him, Dimitrov. The people call him Baby Fed. But yeah, Nadal won it. So Nadal's now won 19 Grand Slams, and Federer's got 20. So Nadal could potentially overtake Federer because Nadal's definitely going to win like French Open like the next couple of years. So he's already going to be on like 21.
Them two are just like the Messi Ronaldo of life.
Yeah, although you got Djokovic coming up. Djokovic is just behind.
How many Grand Slams?
Djokovic has got like 16.
Oh, he's close.
And Djokovic is the youngest, and probably the most. He's going to be fittest for longest.
Is Djokovic in his 20s still?
No, Djokovic is 32. They're all fucking pretty old. Federer's 38, Nadal's 34 or 33, and Djokovic 32.
I didn't have a clue that the US Open was on, you know.
Mate, I never watched US Open, right? Because it's always like weird times. I watched it, and it's literally my favourite Grand Slam now by far. Because Americans make it so good. You know, Wimbledon is super traditional. Like, it's all quiet. It's all, you know, no music, no talking or anything. US Open, mate, they play it in like it's literally the size of a football stadium, way bigger than any other tennis stadium. And at the change of ends, they literally bang out music super loud, like R&B music, right?
Americans always go all out at these kind of sports.
All out. It's like the Super Bowl. They have a fucking hype man on a mic, on like a big mic, and they're like, "Show your support for Nadal!" At every change of ends, and everyone's like, "Whoa!" And then they're like, "Show your support for Medvedev!" Like this Russian everyone hates, and everyone's like, "Boo!" It's so fucking weird.
Mate, like you see
for tennis, that's
no, but you ever see it in like when you see it in fucking movies and like when you have like the American like basketball or fucking football teams and you have like the massive fans and like cheerleaders and like fucking they just support their team so massively. It's just crazy. I love that kind of atmosphere. Like
so
that's
weird
mad.
for tennis though. Like I've never seen that for tennis.
Oh, they do that for every sport though, don't
That's
they? America.
mad.
America's just a very I don't know what it is. There's just they support something like it's, whether they watch it or they just watch it to support someone. They never watch it to like let's watch the tennis because it's good. They always support somebody.
Yeah.
Like but they always go over the top of it. But I think it's quite good to be honest. It makes it interesting. It's good fun for everyone.
It made it so good. And all the players were like super hyped. Nadal was just going fucking nuts. Yeah, Nadal. I love Nadal, mate. I actually love it. I need a poster of Nadal actually.
You should get one.
Yeah, I'll get it in my new place when I get my new place now.
When are you getting your new place?
Well, my rent ends in a month, and then I'm going home for a bit. And when I'm home, I'll be looking for new places.
Are you still moving in next door?
Hopefully next door, but I'm just looking out for other places as well. I just want a one-bedroom apartment, like an actual apartment, rather than a studio.
Yeah.
Because I want an office. Because my new job, they pay for you to have an office.
Yeah.
So I might as well fucking have an actual office room to use this office that they're giving me. And yeah, I want like the bedroom to be separate, just like a bit bigger really. So I don't really know like the best places in Liverpool apartment wise. Like I think X1 Tower there is probably not the best, but it's up there.
I tell you where there's some nice ones. By Osborne.
The other side of the docks.
No, this way. If you go that way, there's some really nice
I
ones.
don't want to go more out there though. I don't want to be further away from town. This is the furthest I'll be. I'm not going.
In terms of apartments, I don't know where like further.
There are.
I think more on the actual docks.
Yeah, they're more expensive, like on the actual docks, but
that one, you know, the Kiel, the one over there.
Yeah, I don't like it though.
That's like 700, I think. Them ones 700. I was looking the other day.
Yeah,
they're like 700 a month.
Yeah,
they're like the most expensive I've seen is like 800. What I've seen. What I've seen anyway.
For my one-bedroom apartment, I'll go. I'll probably try anywhere from 800 to 1,000.
Yeah.
Because I mean, compared to other places, they're still fucking cheap, to be honest.
I just thought every time I think of like an apartment up here, I always compare it to London. I'm thinking this is just peanuts compared to like London.
Oh, I tell you what though, I went to the cinema in Bromley. Have you been to that new cinema area?
I've heard loads about it.
It's so fucking nice.
It's like down underground, isn't it?
Oh yeah, the cinema is.
Yeah.
But they've got an area now. You know, Weatherspoons where we used to go.
Yeah, they have a Nando's there now.
Yeah, you keep going forwards, and they've got this massive area now. Nando's, Pizza Express, cinema, like other restaurants, and then they've got this massive apartment block on top of it, and that's super nice actually. This huge apartment block, all balconies, brand new, like really nice. I wonder how much they are. I'd take one of them to be fair.
I haven't seen that new bit in Bromley. I haven't been home in like a couple of months now, and I won't be going home until Christmas.
Yeah.
No.
I just went to see Lion King. Have you seen Lion King?
Yeah, I've seen Lion King.
It was good, wasn't it?
It's actually really good, man.
It's really good.
I thought it was really good.
I didn't really know the story of Lion King, so.
What do you mean you didn't know the storyline?
Like I knew that someone important died.
Yeah, so Simba's dad dies. He gets killed by the uncle Scar, and then Scar tells him to fuck off, Simba, and then Simba comes back.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Watch Lion King.
I'd watched Lion King, but I was probably like 4, mate. I barely.
No,
knew
that's
the
a
story.
great Disney film.
Yeah, that's it.
They're making the one I want to see is Mulan. That's gonna be sick, but they haven't got. Have you watched Mulan?
Yes, yeah, the cartoon. Yeah, I've seen.
Yeah, where she dresses up as a boy. Yeah, but the only thing is they haven't got Mushu, the little dragon, in it. You know, Eddie Murphy.
Oh, what they're doing it like more realistic. Like,
yeah. But I think it'd be sick still. I'm fucking buzzing for that.
I tell you, an advert that I saw in the cinema for a new film coming out, and it's fucking weird. Like that Cats. It's basically a theatre. You know where people dress. It's humans, but they merge humans with animals. So it's like it's about animals, but it's got like James Corden in it, Beyonce, Taylor Swift, and all of this.
Right.
You know, like in a theatre when there's humans dressed up as animals.
Oh fuck! I did see it. I seen a trailer for it. That looked fucking bizarre as shit.
My mum's super weirded out by it. Like when a human in real life dresses up as an animal, she just finds it weird.
I have seen that trailer, man.
Yeah,
it's fucking bizarre.
But that came on in the cinema, and I was literally like, "This makes me want to feel sick." Yeah, like it was so weird.
I got weirded out by it.
It had like 8 superstar like celebrities in it. It was mad.
Yeah, because I was with Lauren in the cinema, and she was like, "Yeah, we'll go see that." I was like, "Yeah, you can fuck right off. I ain't seen that shit."
Yeah, fuck that. Yeah, it's called Cats. It's like a big theatre thing apparently.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Fucking.
It's just too realistic, and it makes me feel weird. Right?
Yeah, so it's got Idris Elba in it. Idris Elba, fucking Taylor Swift, Jennifer Hudson,
James Corden,
Judi Dench, fucking Ian McKellen.
Yeah, Judi Dench, right?
Mate, fucking Jason Derulo.
Yeah, Jason Derulo. Yeah.
What the fuck?
It's the first time I'd heard his name in time.
Who else is there? There's Ray Winston's in it.
They were the main ones that I saw.
Mate, it's actually
Taylor Swift's a weirdo.
That's so fucking bizarre. But you know, like in Lion King, they had Beyonce as fucking.
Yeah, I recognised that halfway through.
I thought Seth Rogen as Pumbaa and whoever, I forgot who played Timon, but whoever played Timon was fucking hilarious. I forgot he was quite funny.
That was very good.
The film I went to see with Lauren was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, you saw it? Was it good?
Mate, it's fucking great.
The one with Leonardo DiCaprio
and Brad Pitt. Mate, Brad Pitt kills it. It's No.
Like
it's
an action comedy?
No, it's like a. You ever seen Pulp Fiction or anything like that? Like any kind of Tarantino film?
No, I don't think so.
Well, it's just kind of like it's basically. Do you know the Manson murders?
Yes, I know about them.
Yes, you know Sharon Tate. Do you know who Sharon Tate is? Actress. She was a famous actress in the 60s, and she got murdered by like the hippies of Charlie Manson.
Right.
So basically, it's basically the story based on her murder, and it's Tarantino's version of it, and it's fucking.
Who are they then?
So Margot Robbie, Sharon Tate, and then DiCaprio is just he's just an actor. He's like a failed actor, and then Brad Pitt's his stuntman. And it's fucking.
And they just get caught up in it.
Yeah, like so. You have to watch it because it's fucking it's kind of confusing. Not confusing, but Tarantino films are kind of designed to like you have to watch them because it's like 3 hours long. Like you have to like.
Yeah, it's like what was because Leonardo DiCaprio's won the one about in London when he's the sales guy. A massive film based on the real story.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Wolf of Wall Street. That was like 3 hours plus.
Yeah. No, I think this film's like just 2 hours and like 40 or something, but the film's really good, man. Brad Pitt is fucking great in it though.
I want to see Shaun the Sheep, Farmageddon. That looks pretty good to me.
What?
There's a film called Shaun the Sheep, Farmageddon, and it looks pretty funny.
Cartoon?
Shaun the Sheep, innit? So, cartoon.
No, man, there's no other movies coming out. Like,
yeah, it's a bit. Oh no, the Joker.
Oh fuck yeah, I'm definitely gonna see that.
I saw the trailer. It was different to. It's about how he
becomes a Joker.
Yeah, but he's like a theatre. He goes into theatre, doesn't he?
Yeah. It's got nothing to do with like all the Batmans and shit. It's just kind of on its own. Like they're not. It's not any comic book.
Has it got good reviews?
It's got mad reviews.
Because when I saw the trailer, I was like, this could be good, or it could be really boring.
The reviews are fucking mad. Like I read something that apparently the critics, for what it's worth, apparently like after the fucking first show, apparently everyone just stood up and clapped like 8 minutes. Like apparently it was fucking. Apparently they took so many risks in this film that could have gone really wrong, but apparently they paid off like madly.
Is it a Marvel film?
No,
not Marvel.
No, it's nothing to do. The Joker's DC, but it's got nothing to do with.
It's nothing to do with DC.
No.
Who made it then?
It's DC, but it's nothing to do with like all the others kind of things.
No, but is it still their film officially?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Not like part of the series, but
it's still part of the film. Yeah, I believe so. But I've definitely got to see that. It looks fucking mad. It looks really. Yeah, I'll definitely see that.
All right, fight talk. Fight talk.
Khabib's a fucking animal, isn't he?
Khabib's a dirty animal.
Hey, I want to smash you.
Yeah, he's fucking crazy bastard.
After watching that, he for me now is the best grappler I've ever seen. He's the only person, right? Can you name another person, right, that when he's on top of you, can fret, passing guard, a submission, and ground and pound at the same time, like that?
Yeah.
There's no one else that can do that, and it's actually ridiculous. Like every time he was punching Dustin, and then Dustin would try and hold his hand, he would slip into to half guard, and then try and get into top mount.
Yeah.
And then every time, say, Dustin would try and turn, he'd take his back and threaten with the neck crank or something, or the rear naked choke. Then I remember Dustin tried flipping him. Do you remember when he tried flipping him?
Mm.
And then fucking Khabib just got on him like full mount, and then it was ridiculous. I thought.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
I think. Yeah, he's got he's just got his unique style, hasn't he? And he just makes it look so simple against good grapplers. Like Dustin Poirier is a really good grappler, and he can out grapple the majority of the division. Yeah, Khabib can literally just walk in there and just out grapple him with ease.
Yeah, with ease. And do you know what the funny thing is about it as well? Because he's gained confidence in his stand up in the last few fights, it gives him that confidence not only with the threat of the takedown, but to also just land a few combos while they're worried about the takedown.
Yeah. Like even if you take an elite grappler in another division, whether it's Jacare, Damian Maia, or anyone like this, if you put them in against another very good grappler who usually can out grapple people, whether it's like Weidman or something, they'll have a very like close battle on the ground. Maia might win it or whatever, but it's a contest. It's not even a contest with Khabib. That's why it's so. Do you know what I mean? That's why it's so far ahead. That's why the only person that can beat Khabib is Ferguson, and the potential to beat him as well. Anyway,
I'm saying right now, and this is so like we can go back on it. I'm putting £50 on Tony.
I got Tony.
I'm putting money on him. I'm actually putting solid money on him.
You don't even know the odds.
I don't give a shit. He'll be an underdog. It might be slight, but he'll be an underdog.
Yeah, he's an underdog.
And that's the thing. Poirier is a great fighter, and he got shut down. Bar the whole the few punches on the feet and the guillotine. Man, Khabib. And do you know what? Khabib's just so fast to get that leg. It's actually a joke. Like he just dives in there straight away.
You beat Khabib by pre-timing a knee. Like you need to know he's gonna. What you need to do, I think, it's probably like the only way you beat him. There's two ways, I think. You either wait till he has a round off in like the 4th round if you survive that long, and then you just got to put it on him and hope he fades, which probably only Tony can do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you have to kind of rock him like Dustin did. You got to stun him a bit, get him worried, because when he gets stunned, he instantly goes, right, fucking, I'm taking you down now. You need to get him a bit worried, stun him a bit, and then get that fucking knee and do a Masvidal, right, and just fucking leg it up to him and knee the fuck.
See, I don't even think stunning him would be enough, because if you stun him, and say if he's walking back, he could just drop and grab that single leg. If he can rest on a single leg and get the final takedown. I think you need to actually drop him.
Do a Masvidal then and fucking run at him. Because if you rock him,
but Khabib isn't like Askren. Khabib is completely different to Askren, where Askren just grapples all the time. Khabib actually stands.
But when you rock him, he does instantly try and look for that takedown. He does. Like he did with Michael Johnson, he got hit, and within 20 seconds he's gone for that takedown. And the same with Poirier. He got hit, and within 10 seconds he was going.
Poirier was just not too worried about the takedown, but And even when Poirier was trying to hit him, Khabib was just getting out of the way. Khabib's gained a lot of confidence in his stand-up. You can tell as well in his last few fights, which is actually really good. And now it just builds for this Tony fight, I think, which has to happen. Like,
Also,
it'll warm my heart when this gets made. Like,
if Tony Ferguson fought Khabib, even last weekend, even though Khabib was so dominant against Poirier, Ferguson would, if say the situation was the same, when Poirier had that neck, if that was Tony, that fight over, mate.
Yeah, but I also think a lot of fighters against Khabib, they use their energy trying to get up. Like, I don't think that's the way to do it. I think you need to kind of sit there and kind of like you need to think of something different.
You need to attack him.
Yeah, Tony's the best
will.
person for that. He will attack off his back, and he just won't care. You need also someone. The person to beat Khabib is someone to be a little bit crazy. You have someone to just get in his face. Yeah. And just make it a fight, and that's what Tony will do.
Yeah, you need someone who's just constantly punching Khabib in the face. It's like I saw earlier, or you put on the group chat, or someone did, like at the end of every one of Khabib's fights, there's not a fucking mark on him because no one hits him, because all his opponents are always on the ground. And I think in that fight and all the other fights, whenever the opponent's on the ground, they literally don't land a strike. And obviously they could if they wanted to, but they don't even try hitting him. Tony will constantly be looking for elbow, everything, scrambling, submission, elbow, submission.
You need someone that's not a traditional jiu-jitsu guy.
Because think about it, if you're Khabib, you know you're so much better than these, and these guys aren't even trying to fucking punch you, elbow you. They're not threatening with submissions. All they're trying to do is get up. That makes it so easy.
Well, what it is they're worried about getting suffocated from him. That's the biggest worry, is getting suffocated from someone where you have no control and someone just pounding your face in. Yeah. I think Tony's the best person, because not only will he will attack you from his back, he won't use his energy to get back up. Yeah. And that's what people waste their energy and get gas from, is trying to get back to their feet where they should be attacking. Like, even when McGregor in the first round, when he got taken down, he didn't even try and get up, I don't think. He just kind of waited the round out, which is a smart idea. But then obviously in the second round, he worried about the takedown and got dropped. So, do you know what I mean? It kind of worked out. But to me, when Tony Khabib gets made, it's going to warm my heart, you know. I think personally, from how long I've been watching MMA, this is the best fight skill-wise ever. Like, bar Jones DC is up there, but if you're talking about streaks and like the build-up and all the fights falling out and stuff, this is the best fight ever, I think.
Well, think about it. The last time they tried to make it was about 3 fights ago for each of them, and it was so big at the time, and even then it was like, this is one of the best skill matchups ever. And now they've both gone on to win like 3 massive fights. Like, Khabib's got Poirier, McGregor. Who did he fight before McGregor?
He fought Ally Quinter.
And
then
Quinter.
Tony's fought Cerrone and fucking Pettis.
And they've both looked so good in all of them. And so it just hypes it.
Well, they're on both. They're both on 12-fight win streaks, you know. 12-fight win streaks, and they haven't fought each other. That's fucking insane.
Well, yeah, UFC win streaks, isn't it?
Yeah, well, Khabib's on like 28-1.
Yeah. And
then obviously Tony's lost a few. But, I mean, it fucking makes me smile every time I think about that fight, you know. I just can't, like, I just don't know what will happen. Like, because I have a pretty good idea, but until it actually happens, I don't have a clue.
Yeah,
no idea.
Depends on. It'd be interesting to see what Tony does. Like, will Tony accept being taken down and go to his back and look to work his back, or will he actually try and stuff the takedown? And also, when Khabib comes in at your feet, no one really can threaten Khabib when he's doing that. When he grabs your fucking your foot basically. Tony, hopefully, especially with Eddie Bravo in his corner, they can come up with some sort of game plan to actually get something to stop Khabib from doing that.
Just like a roll or something, or like a trip or something.
Mad. Yeah, Tony's capable of doing something mad. Even that, surely, when he's grabbing the foot and say he takes you down from that, with Tony and his what's his guard in full guard?
Rubber guard.
Surely that would make it a bit easier for him to get rubber guard when Khabib's starting so low on him.
Yeah, might be.
So I think it will be. It is very interesting.
It is very. The only thing that worries me a little bit with Tony is he did get mounted by Lee. That's the only thing that worries me a little bit. But I think Lee has a different style to Khabib, so it might be a bit different. Lee's better on the feet than Khabib in terms of his versatility, but I think.
You think? I don't think. I think Lee's fucking dreadful.
No, but if you talk about versatility of strikes, he's better than Khabib.
He's got some kicks on him.
But Khabib is improving, man. I'm impressed with
Khabib's actually fast on the feet. Like Kevin Lee's slow. Like Khabib is actually quite dangerous in his own way.
Khabib's just so explosive. That's what it is. He's just too explosive.
You can't be crazy with Khabib. Like if he wants to throw like a jab overhand right, it comes at you pretty fucking quick. I
think if Tony doesn't do it, the only person I think has like a little chance is Gaethje, and other than that, I don't know anyone else that could be Khabib.
I don't think Gaethje has.
But do you know what I like about it? The fact that Khabib hasn't talked about going up or like doing any of this thing. He wants to stay at his weight and just defend, which is good, man. Like you need.
Or the only person that has a chance, I know the fight, they still think it might happen, is like if Saint Pierre could somehow look really good at his age.
I can't see him fighting at 155 though.
Yeah, if he like managed to somehow look good at 155.
I think Khabib mauls him at that weight. I just think Jim could cut too much weight.
But there is a chance that Saint Pierre could be like very dangerous at one, because he's such an all-round fighter.
Yeah. I think he'd anticipate the takedowns. He would prepare for the takedowns way more. Yeah,
it'd be pretty hard to take GSP down.
It would be, but
relative to everyone else.
Yeah, I just want Khabib and Tony, man. Like that's just got to happen. There's just no other fight. And Dana's saying, if Tony wants to take the fight, and it's basically saying, we're gonna pay you this amount of money. If you don't like it, fuck off, and we'll just pick fucking Conor. Like that's literally what he's saying to him.
I'll tell you what, as well, that I've realised this week. I've had a realisation, and you already thought it within like the last few months, but I agree with you now. Brendan Schaub is a fucking cunt.
No,
he's actually a fucking cunt, and I hate him.
Why? What?
And I've always liked him.
Who do you sound like? Who do you think you sound like? Fucking Aaron, innit? He fucking just says he fucking hates everyone. I swear.
No, he's just fucking annoys me now. Like
it is annoying, isn't it? Have you noticed like the little things?
He doesn't even watch these fights, and he tries to come across as like an expert, and then he says and he said he like bums off fucking Michelle Waterson and gets him in for interviews, and he talks about how he's like really interested in her fights and like fighting Joanna or whatever, and then the next week he's like, fuck the strawweight division. Like he's like, I don't give a shit about it, like I don't care. And it's just like, I think I've just realised now that he's so like self-absorbed. Like he really like loves himself, and all he cares about is himself and his like stand-up career, which by the way is fucking dreadful, mate. I watched his stand-up special, mate, and I literally didn't laugh once.
Where did you watch his stand-up special?
I got it on a stream because he put it on ESPN, I think.
Right, okay.
It is so bad. He's the only comedian I know that literally laughs at every one of his jokes that he makes. It's fucking embarrassing. He says his joke, like his punchline, and then he just starts creasing at himself. And so he's literally creasing at himself when I'm not even laughing. It's fucking weirdest thing to do. I advise people not to watch.
He just, I don't know, he talks a bit of shit, like the one, I've said this numerous on the podcast, like, and he always goes, my favourite fighter. She's my favourite fighter. He says it about fucking 50 of them. And it fucking does my head in every time.
Like, Brian Callen genuinely knows more about fighting than him. Like, Brian Callen will say something, right? Like, I think Khabib will still manage to maul, like, Poirier and take him down quite easily or whatever. And Brendan's like, Brian, you don't know anything. Like, Poirier's like ridiculous grappler. Like, Khabib's going to struggle, like, big time. And then after the fight, like, Khabib will like actually maul him, and then Brendan will be like, well, yeah, like obviously Khabib should have mauled him, like that was expected. I was just saying that Dustin, and they were like back off. He backtracks from all his shit opinions, and I'm at the stage that I'm just like, fuck you. So you've got one less fan, bitch.
Do you still listen to Below the Belt?
Nah, you can fuck.
One less viewer. I still listen to it. The one I've been listening to recently is Dan Hardy, The War Room.
I like Dan Hardy. Yeah.
Dan Hardy's a fucking Luke Thomas. Luke Thomas and Brian Campbell do the Mortal.
Yeah.
Whatever it's called.
I wish I could listen to Luke Thomas because I do think what he says is like very good and interesting, but for some reason I can't listen to him. He's just got a really...
Yeah, you need to get over that hurdle, man.
He really fucking... I just find him really annoying to listen to.
He's got very dry humour.
I think he he seems to love himself as well. I don't know what it is.
No, he isn't that kind of person.
I don't think he is, but he comes across fucking weird.
He's like half Armenian, half something else as well. Something random.
Oh, that's fucking great. I like him now.
Yeah, you should, mate. Bit of a racist, isn't you, mate? No, you need to get over that hurdle though. Luke Thomas is fucking great. He breaks down
good.
Shit. No, but you need to get over that hurdle of fucking thinking he's annoying because he does some insightful
he does.
work, man. He's good. Who else is there? I listen to Ariel, but Ariel doesn't. I don't like listening to like kind of like the politics side of the MMA. He's more politics side.
He is now, yeah. He's just only like the McGregor interview. It's just all about apologising and saying,
that's the worst thing. He asks a question, then he just apologises, like because the fighter just reacts a different way, and he backtracks as well. Ariel, like I think. He's a great journalist, but he just backtracks like everything.
His is just the news and he just does outside of.
Well, to be fair, I fucking was listening to him this week, and he had some really good guests in it. 'Cause he had Masvidal and he had Colby.
Yeah.
And obviously, fucking Colby was chatting shit about Masvidal.
Yeah.
So Masvidal responded after on the show. It was like, Colby, mate, I'm fucking in the gym, like this day, come find me, bitch, and shit like this, and then
I think those two are they are serious about it, but at the same time because they know each other so well, they know that it's.
I don't know, Apparently, no, because Masvidal was saying they were buddies, but then apparently about a year ago, Colby had a incident with his striking coach, who was Colby's striking coach at the time. And then Masvidal kind of separated from him from a little bit, so that's been about a year. He said. I
think they're going to play up these sort of stories to make that rivalry.
I just don't think Masvidal. I think Masvidal will be half in on that. I just don't.
No, I do think there is a truth to these stories, but I just think that they are going to overplay it a bit because they know that each other. I know in 5 years' time they're going to be mates again.
Right, but then So fair enough. Right. But then, did you know that? So you know Colby and Usman. So they got off of the fight. Colby wanted more money, right? So Colby wanted more money. So that fight was off. So the UFC went to Masvidal, and they were like, "Do you want to fight Usman?" He was like, "Yeah, fuck yeah." And then they were like messing around with the money. And then the UFC came out, so I was like, "Do you want to fight Nate?" And he was like, "Yeah."
Yeah, you got to do Nate now because everyone's so hyped for that fight, Masvidal Nate, that I don't.
Have you seen that card? By the way, fucking hell. They've put a few good fights. They just put it was actually one of my notes here. They got Masvidal Diaz as the main event. You got the co-main is Till Gastelum, and they just added Wonder Boy and Vincent Luque.
Oh, that's dirty.
That's fucking dirty.
That is a great fight.
They just put that that Hakeem Daku, the black Canadian dude who fought a couple weeks ago.
Daku.
Hakeem Daku is the black guy. You know the one that fucking head kicked? We were watching it here, I think. The Holloway Edgar card, and he fucking kicked that guy. He was fucking him up bad, man. You know who I'm on about. You got
his name wrong.
Yeah, I got his name wrong, but it's Hakeem something. But he's a black Canadian. Hold on, let me get him up.
I don't bring race into it.
Hakeem Dawodu.
Oh, that's racist. You just made his name up. You forgot it, so you're saying Dawoodi.
Yeah, but I said Hakeem.
Oh, fuck me.
Yeah, he's the fucking sick kickboxer.
Bring the mood down.
And then you got Corey Anderson and Johnny Walker.
That's good, yeah. Pete, mate, I've already bet on Corey Anderson for that fight.
Have you seen the video of Johnny Walker punching now? It looks fucking weird, man. He doesn't punch the same, after that shoulder surgery.
I'm not surprised.
Mate.
But he's never fought if he's on the feet, he should fuck Corey Anderson up. But he's never fought a wrestler.
That's fucking mad.
I think Corey Anderson should actually win that fight.
Yeah, that'd be interesting actually. And then you got Derek Lewis and Ivanov Fucking, that'll be a fucking slug actually. To be fair,
Lewis is
hilarious. I love him. He's fucking great.
He's literally shit.
And then that's about it really. That card is stacking up nicely. I didn't really watch any of the other fights on the weekend. I watched Felder Barboza. It was literally similar to the first fight. I thought they just kind of like.
Well, everyone thought Barboza won though.
I didn't. I had Felder.
Did you?
I had Felder. I thought he nicked the second, but I thought the second could have gone either way. And then I wasn't like, oh fucking Felder won or Barboza should have won. Like, I was just like, oh, it could have gone either way.
I haven't watched it like whilst concentrating to score it. It looked like Barboza was winning, and when I was looking on the play-by-plays on MMA Junkie Bloody Elbow, they were all saying like, oh, definitely Barboza win 29-28 or 30-27, and then when the result came out, the Felder won. There seems to be a bit of backlash. And Barboza's, obviously it's not going to happen. Barboza's even fucking appealed it.
Yeah, I saw that. I was
That
like, mate,
stupid.
You can't appeal something that was a close fight.
Yeah, because it was a close fight.
Like, because it could have gone either way, so you can't appeal something like that. Like, it's just a bit.
Yeah, it isn't a sticky situation, Barboza. I wouldn't be surprised if he's off to Bellator, to be fair.
No,
Later in his career, he's on fucking like...
UFC won't cut him.
He's lost like 4 of his last 5.
UFC won't cut him, yeah.
I don't think they'll cut him, but one more and they will. Because the people he's lost to are all very good. So you can't...
He just gets really bad matchups, I think. He had like the hooker fight and he done...
Felder's not a bad matchup.
Felder's not... But Felder's one of them people who just fight fire. He's just... I think he's fucking nuts, I think.
Yeah,
Mate,
he's had a
the
bad
guy
run.
fought a fucking James Vick with a collapsed lung. Like, how fucked is that? That is fucked, I think. I watched... the only other one I watched was the Makachev one. Islam Makachev. He done really well, you know, against that Davi Ramos. You know, the fucking Abu Dhabi first place winner or whatever.
Yeah, I had a bet on Ramos as well, actually. That's a bit annoying. Because Ramos was a big underdog and it was fucking on paper to me. Like Makachev was a slight favourite.
I knew Makachev was going to keep him on the feet though.
I knew he was a slight favourite, but I've seen Ramos before, and I was so fucking impressed by the grappling. When he's grappling, it's unreal.
Yeah, he's got dirt.
He's so big as well.
No, but like when the fight was like playing out, like when they're doing the entrances or whatever. It was like Makachev was like 5'10" and Ramos was like 5'6".
Yeah, Ramos.
And they were in the cage and they were the exact same height. And David Ramos' back were just fucking
it's thick as fuck.
whamp. It was fucked. But he the thing about Ramos, he was just waiting too much. Every time Makachev would hit 1-2, he would try and counter it with a 1, and it was just...
actually, going back to Khabib, they will never happen. But genuinely, the only person that might be able to beat Khabib is Makachev.
No, I think if Khabib, the one person I think would be Gregor Gillespie. I think
that's another one. Maybe. I'd have to see Greg Gillespie against slightly better.
That's the thing. No one wants to fight him though. The only person that called him out the other week was that Drakkar Close, but I think he'd get fucking beaten up as well. To be honest,
Makachev Khabib would be fucking. It's because Makachev will know every weakness that Khabib has.
You need to do Makachev and Gregor Gillespie, mate.
Yeah.
Mate.
I wonder if they fight each other, Makachev Khabib.
No. That kind of Russian, you would never get them fighting, man.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking religion.
That's a very good fight, Gregor Gillespie and Makachev.
Someone just needs to... Gregor Gillespie just needs to come out and fight, man, because he's fucking...
I have a feeling those two could fucking run the division soon. Khabib and Makachev.
Yeah, but you got... I think Khabib will retire soon, though, to be honest. That's my opinion.
What if McGregor fucking fought Makachev? That could be decent. Because that would set him up for a Khabib fight.
He would not do that.
He'd get fucked up.
McGregor would get fucked up.
He would never take that.
He would never take that. It's just no win-win. McGregor's going to take a fight.
Well, the win wins if he fucking wins. Then then he'd get the Khabib fight straight away.
Well, I didn't watch any. The only other fight I watched, I caught the end of, was Blades. He just dominated that Abdu. Yeah. I can't even say his name. Rakimov.
Yeah.
The other fight that we missed last week from the UFC was fucking Zhang Willy. Mate, I literally woke up at like, I don't know what day, on the Saturday, because it was like during the day, wasn't it? And I put it on, and she fucking was on the cage celebrating. I was like, what the fuck?
She absolutely
smashed her. That was a joke. Her technique was flawless as well.
Andrade, when she lost it was like she didn't even care either. She was kind of happy for her. It was really weird.
There's probably a lot of pressure on her. Maybe she just didn't like the pressure. Maybe
I think she was just having. I think she had a day, Andrade, where she just wasn't right. But
I think that would have happened though, 99 times out of 100.
I wouldn't say that, but I mean, on the feet, Zhang is clearly superior. But the thing is with Andrade's stand-up's so fucking terrible. Even against Rose or Joanna, her stand-up's crap, but she can kind of get away with it being so crap because she has got a lot of power in her shots for that division. But she's flat on, isn't she? She faces her opponent dead on. And she just swings with hooks. She bulldozes with hooks, and literally you can just connect clean 1-2 down the middle, which Joanna did repeatedly.
And she has no head movement whatsoever. No, she's just there to be hit.
Yeah, it's terrible. But Zhang just did that. She leaves open the gap, Andrade, doesn't she? And she just clipped her. But
Zhang just got a few 1-2s, 3s, and then just fucking was this knee and an elbow in the shit out of her. It was amazing. Fucking amazing. Yeah, I like the matchups in the future for Zhang. She's got some really good fucking matchups on the horizon. You got Rose, you got Joanna or Waterson, you got Tatiana. You got some fucking fresh matchups.
I think if Joanna beats Waterson, she'll be right back in there.
I think so.
And then they could do that. Joanna going back for her belt against Zhang.
Yeah, well, you'll have Fortnia. So if Joanna beats Michelle, then you have Joanna, and then you have Tatiana, and then you have Rose. So it's kind of like a pick-em.
I hope Rose comes back. I
think she should get the shot. Personally,
she's so fucking good now.
Oh, Rose is quality.
But
she's more into that just silent, quiet life.
She seems
really.
A bit disinterested with it, I think.
So I'll stick on the UFC. So the UFC this week. Are you watching it?
One sec. What the fuck? That's so weird.
What are you looking at?
It's can you see out there? There's a smiley face. Oh,
it's the fucking clock, bro.
Huh? Yeah, but they put a smiley face on it, haven't they?
No. Oh fuck! I know what you're on about.
They got a smiley face on the. Can you see
no, that's
that?
not a clock.
Yeah.
What is that building though?
I don't know, but they've got a smiley face on it. That's so fucking weird. It's like a massive smiley face on the building.
Oh shit! It's like a tower.
That is where the clock is.
No, because the clock is where the line is.
Oh yeah, no, the clock. I can see the clock.
Yeah, on the left. What's that? That's way closer though. That's my.
I have no idea, but I just fucking.
Well, I'm walking to the bus stop after, so I'll text you what it is.
I just looked out and I saw the fucking smiley face. I was like, what?
You literally looked out there. I was thinking, what the fuck?
Am I just seeing that face on the building, or is it actually there? And then it's actually
bro.
I know.
Cerrone, Gaethje.
Yeah.
This weekend.
Yeah.
What are you saying? What's your verdict?
I think it's a very.
I think it's a 50-50.
Well, I do edge Gaethje very slightly, but it's definitely not as much as the bookies are saying. They've got Gaethje is a pretty decent favourite, but I think if you look at, I think Cerrone, if he's clever, can make it a very interesting fight. If he mixes it up, I think Cerrone should go for a takedown first round.
Okay.
Get Gaethje gassed a little bit, because Gaethje does kind of gas. But I think if Cerrone mixes in takedowns and keeps him at range with the kicks, like he did against Iaquinta, then he's right in the fight. But the only thing with Cerrone is sometimes he just turns up and he just melts to his opponent if they put on so much pressure. And I mean, you don't get any more pressure than fucking Gaethje, so I wouldn't be surprised if Gaethje just fucking runs through him and just Cerrone melts with the pressure.
I think it all depends really if Cerrone turns up. I think if Cerrone, especially coming off the loss against Tony, and he's been quite active.
I still thought Cerrone was right in that fight, to be fair.
No, but I think with the whole eye thing, I'm not talking about the fight, I'm just talking about what the damage he got out of it, the eye thing, and then just him fighting so frequently. It's going to catch up, I think.
If Cerrone turns up, it'll be a very close fight.
Yeah, it will.
But
I think
if he doesn't, he's going to get fucked.
I think what Cerrone's got to do is the best thing he's got to use in this fight is technique. I think like the Al Iaquinta fight, I think he won based on his technique. If he jabs Gaethje, hits body kicks, high kicks, mixes it up and uses his technique, his Thai boxing style, he'll win the fight. I think.
Yeah.
Before Gaethje gets his onslaught, but I think if he gets into that slug with Gaethje and Gaethje wears him down, I think it'll be a long night for Cerrone. But I think with Gaethje, the best thing about Gaethje...
Or a short night.
Or a short night. Either way. Gaethje's got momentum. He's coming off 2 first-round KOs, man.
KOs,
yeah. Not even like TKOs, like straight-on KOs.
This will put him right up, like just behind those.
This will be put him behind, like...
It'll put him up there with like Poirier.
Yeah. Because you have Khabib, Tony, then it's like Poirier. Really, in McGregor. I don't even count McGregor in like the top 4 anymore. He's just like...
Yeah, he'll be behind that. He'll be like going one more for a title shot kind of thing. Like, he's on his way to sort of like fight the winner of Khabib Tony.
Well, this will get a number 1 contender. This fight will get him a number 1 contender shot. It won't get him the belt, but it will get him a number 1 contender, I think. Because you still have Poirier and you still have McGregor in front of him, so...
Yeah, I wouldn't compare the Iaquinta fight with Cerrone though. Like, Cerrone did look very good in that fight, but Iaquinta's stand-up's fucking strange, isn't it? Like,
he kind of like hunches. He kind of like it's kind of like Rocky Balboa. It's like Rocky Balboa.
Gaethje's got way superior stand-up to Iaquinta.
And Gaethje's got in his last few fights, even though they've been quick, you could even tell when he's in the fight, he's just getting out of the way of shots now. He's not coming in like...
Yeah, it's been calculated.
Yeah, it's a new Gaethje, and it's going to be a great fight. It's going to be a fucking great fight, actually. The other fights on them cards, I'll just run through them quickly. You've got Teixeira and Krylov.
Yeah, I think that'll be interesting to see how Krylov does against that, because Glover's one of those people that he seems to have beaten quite a few of these up and coming guys.
Yeah,
like with
he did it
his
with Sarkinov.
It's his grappling, and he did it with the massive black guy that was coming up. He was off the Contender Series. Really good stand up.
Oh, I can't even think on the top of my head.
But yeah, he catches these guys out because Glover's grappling's like really fucking good.
I think the worst thing is his reactions. He's so sluggish, man.
He is slow.
Very sluggish.
I think Krylov should win.
I think he should nick it. And then you got Todd Duffy is coming back this weekend.
Jesus Christ!
Mate,
what?
Todd Duffy hasn't fought since he got knocked out by Frank Mir in 2015.
Jesus Christ!
So it's his first fight back, and he's like a decorated kickboxer. That's why everyone like knows him. So this will be interesting.
Yeah, he was meant to be a prospect.
He's got like long hair and everything now. And you remember when he used to have like a skinner? Now he's got like long hair here and shit. It's fucking mad. So he's fighting.
Who's he fighting?
He's fighting some like I don't know his name.
Random.
I got Hughes. Yeah, I don't know what his. He ain't got a wiki, so that tells you all you need to know. You got Uriah Hall and Carlos Jr. That's a good, really good fight. You got Serganov is fine on this versus Crute. I don't know who Crute is.
Unfortunately, I've lost faith in you, Serganov.
Are you off the Serganov train?
Yeah, it was because I was on this train.
You're on his nuts for fucking ages.
Because it was after the Krylov fight that I got on his nuts because I was really high on Krylov and he absolutely just murdered it. It's because Serkanov's grappling's so fucking good, but it just turns out his stand up is diabolical. And he, like, talk about slow, he's probably the fucking slowest in the whole division, mate. So he's so easy to knock out, but his grappling's mad.
You got them, and you got Chaskeli is coming back as well. I fucking like Chaskeli. He's a scrapper, mate.
Yeah, he's good. He's got a good fight, actually, I think. He's fighting a new guy, isn't he?
Yeah, Griffin. I don't know much about Griffin, but we'll fucking fight.
Yeah, I saw the odds.
And then you got Louis Smolka. Fucking hell, he's fighting. Like, you'd think he's been in and out of the UFC fucking I don't know any times. Like, and then you got Andrew Sanchez and Vittori's like on deep in the prelims, but that's pretty much the whole card, which is, it's not a bad card. It's actually an okay card, you know. Yeah. They've got some really fun fights on that one.
Yeah, it's quite good.
So I've got some fight announcements that have been announced in the last few weeks. So this is the one that got announced today, which I was fucking like, oh shit. Jacare's moving up to light heavyweight. He's fighting at Blachowicz, isn't it? As his first fucking light heavyweight fight. I don't like that fight. Blachowicz is actually
yeah, it's good.
He's just got really good fundamentals.
Yeah, it's very good. That's tough. That's like Luke going up.
Well, Luke did go up.
Yeah. Look, it's like
against
Luke
the
going
same fighter.
And then against someone who's like made for that weight. I don't. I don't think Jacare is made for 205, if I'm honest.
Yeah, because he's quite thick anyway at 185, isn't he?
He kind of... Yeah. He won't be in great shape at 205. 20 pounds off on his weight that he's currently at. Like, and he gasses anyway.
Yeah.
Mate, he gasses after a round. He's going to be gassing quick, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, because the one I heard the other day was they were trying to make John Jones and Blachowicz for that Madison Square Garden card. That's what they were trying to do. But apparently they just got the Jacare one, so I don't know how that worked out. I mentioned earlier one of the boys fighting Luque. Fucking great fight that is.
That is very good.
That'd be very interesting. I don't know how Luque will shut Wonder Boy down because Wonder Boy's just good against them fighters, man. When they just try and rush in.
Yeah, but I think Wonder Boy's like motivation is a bit old now. He's only going to be going downhill. He's quite fucking old, Wonder Boy.
Yeah.
He's like near 40.
No, yeah, he's like 37, isn't he? 38. He's getting
at
old,
least
isn't he?
38.
He looks about fucking 23 though. Like, it's actually so weird. He just don't take damage though, really. He don't really take that much damage.
He will in that fight.
Yeah, he fucking will.
I think he might do alright because if that fight could be very similar. Like Luque and Masvidal are fairly similar, and Wonder Boy shut Masvidal down.
But Wonder Boy shuts down anyone that tries to come in at him. It's just always been the way. If you try and rush in against Wonder Boy, you're gonna get finished eventually. Yeah. It's them tactical ones that throw Wonder Boy off.
Yeah.
So obviously we talked about this earlier. Nate Diaz and Masvidal, fucking 5 round.
I think Masvidal will absolutely obliterate him.
I don't think he's going to obliterate him. I definitely think he's going to do work on him over them 5 rounds. I don't think he finishes him though.
Don't know if he finishes him, but I honestly don't think Diaz is going to put up much of a fight in that. He's just going to be outclassed in every aspect.
I think the only way Nate can do it is if Masvidal somehow just fucking maybe slows down a little bit.
Yeah.
And then Diaz at the end maybe kind of gets something. But other than that,
at 170, I don't think Diaz's cardio is like amazing.
And Masvidal's just on point at the moment. Like,
I think Masvidal will just. I think he'll just win it by just being a better boxer.
And they're making it for what, the BMF belt in it, the bad motherfucker. How great is that? That's fucking quality, I think.
But they're not doing it as an actual thing. Like if they were going to do it, I think they should just continue it and then have like Gaethje fight and just all these fucking mad people.
Well, that's what they were saying. Like, do you remember when I was listening to a podcast a couple of days ago about it, and they were like, do you remember when McGregor was fighting, like, went up to fight Diaz, and they were like talking about the McGregor belt and like going up and down and shit? It's kind of like that. You just make it fun for the fans.
But Dana's saying it's just a one-off, and that's it.
No, fuck. Dana said a lot of shit, man. Like, he could fucking change his mind. Like,
well, it depends how the fight goes.
It depends what the numbers, and I think the numbers for this will be dirt. Like,
I don't think it's actually. Oh, actually, is it an actual belt?
I think they're making a belt for it.
I wouldn't be surprised. It'd probably be a different belt to the one they got.
Junior Dos Santos is fighting Alexander Volkov in Moscow.
Yeah.
That's a really good fight. That'd actually be a 5-rounder as well.
Yeah,
that'd be good. Trinaldo is fighting the returning Bobby Green, innit? In fucking UFC Sao Paulo. Yeah, in UFC Sao Paulo. That's a really good fight, I think.
They're both on their way out though.
Yeah, they are. Are you racist because there are 2 black people in it that on their way out? No,
they're just
on their way out. Yeah.
They can't.
Oh. My guy.
Wait, what happened to Bobby Green Lando Veneta rematch?
Oh, they were never going to do a rematch, man.
Mate, they should have done a rematch. That was a draw and it was a fucking bad.
Yeah, it should have, but the fucking UFC never do rematches for like if it's not a title fight, if it's a draw.
Alright, what else is there?
My guy, Bryce Mitchell. You know the fucking hillbilly one? You don't know Bryce Mitchell? He's the featherweight. You know when that video I showed you, he was talking to Artem and all that, and how he's saying he got dropped in his head? He's from fucking... I don't know where he's from. I'll show you the video after, but he's fucking hilarious. He's undefeated as well. He's actually scrappy as shit. It's kind of like a Jason Knight, but just a little bit better in every area. So that's in Washington. I'll be watching that. Fucking, this will make you laugh. When I wrote this down, I fucking was like, Sean's gonna fucking bash this one. Fucking Carlos Condit and Mickey Gall, wasn't it? I literally wrote this down. I was thinking, Sean's
Mickey Gall's shit. He's fucking shouldn't be in the UFC. He's actually crap. He's crap. Carlos Condit's crap as well now, but I'll tell you what, Carlos Condit's gonna absolutely fucking maul him.
I don't even know, man.
Shit.
I don't know.
Mickey Gall's stand-up is abysmal. abysmal. I can guarantee you this now. I know I'd put money on this. Ben Askren would KO Mickey Gall. That's how shit Mickey Gall is.
No.
He would. Ben Askren would flatline Mickey Gall.
Don't be saying silly stuff, man.
He would.
No, he would not.
No, he would.
Ben Askren has never thrown a punch. At least Mickey Gall's thrown punches. Ben Askren has never actually thrown. I've never seen him throw a punch in my life.
And he'd still beat him.
Okay. James Vick is moving up to welterweight. Finally, he's fighting Nico Price. On October, in a couple of weeks actually. In a couple of weeks. October 12th, he's fighting him. So that'll be Vic's first fight welterweight. Nico Price as well. That's a scrappy one. I'd like to see James Vick out welterweight. I wonder how fucking big he's gonna be. He's gonna be fucking wham, isn't he?
James Vick.
Yeah. He's actually gonna be wham. And then the other two I got is Damian Maia versus Ben Askren.
That's not official though, is it?
Yeah, it's actually official. It's headline.
Who have you got in that? I was thinking about it, and I don't really know.
I think it's going to be fucking great. I'm definitely going to be watching that one. I'm going to be eyes glued. I don't know what the fuck's going to happen.
Because on the feet, Damian Maia would...
Damian Maia's going to bang him.
Because Damian Maia's 1-2. He's actually got like a good reach on it, and he can actually...
Well, he fucking stung Tyron a few times, I remember. Like,
he won a round stand-up against Colby as well, you know.
Yeah, he did as well. Yeah, they gave him one round.
Like he's not powerful or anything, but he's got like some decent like
5 rounds as well, man. That's gonna be fucking great. Over 5 rounds, I'd see Ben Askren doing it. Over 5.
Why Ben Askren will win is because Ben Askren can do the grappling with cardio and keep it up. Damian Maia's cardio is terrible. So,
yeah, whereas Damian Maia always attempts submissions, Ben Askren just kind of lays on you, and he just hits like.
I'd be surprised if he didn't win that.
And then the other one is Cub Swanson and Cron Gracie that I got obviously officially.
Oh yeah, that's good. Good fight.
I think it's a fucking massive step up. I think for Cron. I don't know why they're fucking pushing him so.
Big step up, but I think he's good enough to win that one.
Did you watch Bellator on the weekend?
No.
Fucking Ryan Bader and Czech Congo, innit?
It was just a fucking eye poke, wasn't it?
It was not even an eye poke, man.
Yeah, but he got given the opportunity to...
Yeah, he was getting beaten the shit out of, and then he just fucking kind of got his way out.
But it doesn't really matter, because everyone knows Bader won. They're not going to give a rematch for it, like...
Well, no, they were trying to do the Rampage one, aren't they, I think?
Bader's going to be champ for a while, mate, in that division, to be in Bellator.
Well, he's got both belts, hasn't he?
If I was Bader, I'd fucking... finish contract to come back over. Get us an instant fucking title shot against John Jones, basically.
I don't think he wants that smoke. I actually don't think he wants John Jones.
I would be surprised if he didn't, seeing as John Jones is, now you see some flaws, and Bader's fucking absolutely just wipes the floor with pretty much everyone.
And then the only other fights was the featherweight Grand Prix started on the weekend.
Isn't Bader heavyweight champ as well?
That's what I mean. He's double champ, isn't he? He's like.
I'd be taking John Jones if I was him. He's fucking good actually now.
Yeah, but
I don't necessarily think he wins, but if I'm Bader, I'd fucking have it.
I don't know. He seems pretty comfortable there. If he's making decent money as well, and he's probably making more money there than he is making in the fucking UFC.
Yeah.
Like, because that's the thing. A lot of people go over to Bellator now because they get fucking sponsors on their shorts and shit, and they get bare money for that.
Yeah.
Bare money. In the UFC, what you get is some shitty Reebok thing for 50 grand.
That'll be ending relatively soon, though, I reckon.
Yeah, the contract should be ending soon, actually, to be fair. It was like a 7-year deal, wasn't it? Like several years ago.
Oh, no, they've got a while then, for 7 years. It hasn't been around that long.
And then the featherweight Grand Prix, there was some really good fights on that. Fucking, I'm high on that Pedro Carvalho, man. You need to watch him. He trains in Ireland, in SPG, mate. He's like a Gaethje, but like his footwork is a joke. He's just like bop, and he gets out, slides out the way, in, out. But he's so close to them, he just slides out the way.
Lomachenko.
He's really good, man. So he's someone to watch in that tournament. He subbed Cecilia.
Got Tyson Fury this weekend?
That was actually one of my other things. I'll skip.
Close fight, actually.
Do we need to just skip Bellator then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. Yeah.
Yeah, Tyson Fury. Oh, Ireland's pretty decent.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah, it's shit, really.
What, Otto Wallin?
Yeah, it's crap.
Yeah, what are you saying is close?
Just joking.
No, I bet you got fucking Otto Wall.
He's just fucking signed a deal with ESPN, and he's just fighting bums and getting paid shit.
Well, didn't they say that he's going to fight Wilder next if Wilder gets through Ortiz?
Yeah, him and Wilder have signed a contract to fight in February, but now Wilder wants to back out of it because he wants to fight Joshua.
Oh, mate, skip Joshua, man.
Or
like,
Joshua
played him around.
Because Wilder, if he beats Joshua with the Ruiz winner, he gets all the belts.
Right, yeah, but they messed him around, man. Like, fucking just get this Fury one.
I don't think Joshua beats Ruiz, if I'm honest.
Do you know what? I'm thinking the same. I just have to see what kind of shape Ruiz is in, because he looked fucking... You see him at the fucking press conference, he looked fucking big. Bigger than normal as well, man.
Joshua's going to have to turn up completely different game plan.
The boxing fight I wanted to talk to you about was fucking Kovalev and Yard, mate. I fucking watched that night it was on, and it was fucking great, man. That was a great fight.
Kovalev has declined so bad.
He is fucking dropping in skill level. Not in skill level, but he's rapidly on the way out.
His reaction times have gone down bad.
I thought Yardy was going to finish him in the 8th, you know. I really did. I thought at the end, I was like, mate, he needs one or two.
He got saved by the bell. Saved by the bell for sure.
But that was a fucking... Yards cannot be upset with
that. But other
than
than Kovalev, but the thing, that's the thing with boxing, like, pure experience and Kovalev just knowing how to control the fight. Kovalev controlled the entire fight other than the 8th round.
Yeah.
But even when he's now ridiculously slow, his jab is still can control the entire fight. But you know, now they're doing the fucking Canelo, mate. What do you think about that one? Kovalev's just going to do that, take a paycheck and fuck off.
Do you think Kovalev deals with him easily?
No. Fuck, are you joking? I think Canelo absolutely wipes the floor.
Oh, you think Canelo actually...
Kovalev's big underdog in that fight.
Fuck off, is he a really big underdog?
Yeah, because he wouldn't have been. If the time when he fought Andre Ward, he fought Canelo, he'd be like a decent favourite. He's literally not even the same fight now.
Well, I think if Canelo's going to fight him, now's the time. Especially just after that fucking... Well, apparently they've signed it already, Canelo Kovalev.
Yeah, I think so.
The same night as Diaz Masvidal.
It'd be a really big fight. I think Canelo wins quite easily. He's got a better gas tank. He probably even hits harder than him now. Way more variety. He's got everything. The only thing is he's just smaller frame, but I think Canelo's way good enough now to deal with that.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
That'd be such a good fight for Canelo as well. That's like
if Canelo wins, I'd definitely put him as like...
His stock goes...
Oh, his stock goes so high if he fucking finishes. Even if he beats
I think he finishes him, if I'm honest.
That's a great fight. There's some other... I watched Lomachenko Campbell. That was what I thought it would be. Lomachenko just kind of out-techniqued.
Yeah.
It was literally just...
Because I was looking before, like I put the bet on that for Lomachenko by unanimous decision, because the odds were so in favour of Lomachenko finishing the fight. Like they were all the odds were basically like the only fucking outcome was Lomachenko by finish, and but Campbell's like a gold medalist at Olympics.
Yeah,
he's a tall, rangy fighter, and I was like, Lomachenko's not a power puncher. I was like, he's gonna have to do something. He's gonna have to be pretty special to finish.
Campbell was longer and
mate, literally the odds were like ridiculous for a finish.
But even all the English boxing pundits were like, "Oh, he's gonna need fucking the kitchen sink and something else to fucking like." And I was like, "Mate, you joking? Like this is a fucking great matchup, you know? Like what the fuck are they talking about?"
Not against someone like Campbell who's tall. And Lomachenko actually has to find his way into range.
Yeah, it was different like with Rigondeaux, because Rigondeaux was smaller than Lomachenko. Lomachenko just fucking...
Lomachenko will fuck up anyone who's his size.
Anyone equal to him or smaller, they just get fucked.
Yeah, absolutely fucked. Because he's in and out of range so easily. Yeah. Whereas against the taller fighter, he needs to fucking get like in.
That was the one thing I noticed in the Campbell fight. He just does that thing with his footwork. He just dips in and out and he just reads you. He does that thing where, like, say if it's like, there's like two of you, say this is Lomachenko, he'll go like, boom, and then drop back out again.
And then go back in.
Yeah. He does it so fast, man. It's actually...
He's weird. He kind of like goes in range with his feints and then gets out when you try and counter, and then he counters your counter.
Exactly.
It's so ridiculous.
It's actually a joke. But I reckon just in his head, he has so many patterns in his head. Like, it's just such a fucking joke. Like, I just see his training methods online, and you just see him where he's doing like chest, and he's doing like the fucking the reaction tests,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like he does all this mind training, like just juggles and shit. Like just it's crazy. He's fucking amazing. But I think he was saying after that fight he wants to go back down to fucking 130.
I think he wants the rematch against the guy that beat him in the second fight.
Oh, does he really?
Just to get it back for the record. He absolutely.
Well, he was saying after the fight he wants to go back to 130 because that's his division. So I was just like, man, who else is there? I tell you who I wanted to fight. I wanted to fight that Japanese guy. You know, the Inuoa, whatever his name is.
Oh, the guy that hits like a truck.
Mate, do you know they rank him number 1 pound for pound in the fucking boxing ranks?
Well, I know he was like 5 or something.
No, he's 1. He's 1. Canelo's 2. Lomachenko's 3, and Crawford's
1, and he hasn't fought anyone in the pound for pound rankings.
No, but if they actually explain why they put him in, they actually have detail. I didn't read the fucking detail thing. I just see he was number 1. But you have to read it. But they actually explain why they put him number 1.
But it still doesn't make any sense.
I know. I think if Canelo beats Kovalev, they'll put him number 1.
You can't be a number 1 pound for pound fighter when you haven't beat another pound for pound fighter.
It just depends. What are they basing it on, though? Are they basing it on what is his opponent? His opponents might not be big names, but their skill level might be crazy.
No, I'm not saying that the skill level is even. The skill level, they're obviously very good fighters, but they're not even near the pound for pound list.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
That doesn't make any sense.
I don't know how they grade them, to be honest.
And I don't. I've seen like his last couple of fights. Like the skill level is not exactly amazing.
But when it comes to MMA and fucking
his last
boxing
fight was
rankings,
against like the Irish guy in Ireland, I think, or Scotland or Wales. One.
Yeah, but when they do these pound for pound like listings, I just don't. What are they based? They don't explain what they're basing it off. Like it's like at the moment, like, do you hear what Khabib said in the press conference? He was like, "I want to be pound for pound number 1, like in the rankings." And then it's like between him and John Jones, right? So it's like, how do you judge who's like the better pound for pound? Like,
yeah, but the thing that's different is UFC. They do their rankings and pound for pound rankings based off wins, not how you look. Boxing do their pound for pound rankings based off how you look, how good subjectively they think you are. Like Terence Crawford was fucking in the pound for pound rankings when he was just fighting absolute bums. Like in UFC, you can never be in the pound for pound rankings just fighting bums.
right.
Let's take not that they're bums, but let's just take Makachev, someone that still hasn't fought anyone like right up there. He's not anyone fucking close to pound for pound rankings, even though he's probably up there as one of the best fighters. Whereas boxing, they just look at these guys fight all the bums, and then they go, "Oh, he's fucking mad good," and then they just chuck him in there. It doesn't make any sense.
Right.
It's really weird how they don't necessarily, because boxing, they don't fight all the big fighters instantly. Like they just kind of do it subjectively.
A question I actually wanted to ask you, like specifically to you, actually, when me and you bicker about the fucking pound for pound we go about between Mayweather and fucking Pacquiao.
Yeah.
Do you ever think Roy Jones is in your conversation with Pacquiao? Because I was reading on like his like wins and stuff, and like reading on his and his jump was fucking mad. You know, he started at middleweight at 160 and won a heavyweight belt. That's over £200. That's like you got.
Who did he beat for the heavyweight belt?
He beat fuck, who did he beat? I'll get it out.
The thing with Roy Jones is the fighters he fought were good fighters, but Pacquiao beat such massive names like superstars, whereas Roy Jones never really beat a name because there wasn't that many names at the time he was fighting. Like if you get up Roy Jones's record and say his best win.
Right.
The thing that makes it worse is the names are actually the people that he lost to.
Right, okay.
Do you know what I mean? So his record is a bit deceiving. But the reason why everyone loves him is because he was like untouchable.
He beat John Ruiz.
John Ruiz was a very big name, yeah.
But that's got to count for some. That's definitely like he's got to be up there. Like
he lost to
Calzaghe. Yeah, but Calzaghe's like fucking great. He was Calzaghe.
That was I think Roy Jones was still pretty old.
Calzaghe's frequency of punches was just a joke.
He lost to Antonio Tarver twice.
Yeah, that's right.
This is the fight where like it was massive upset when Tarver finished
that's
him.
right. Yeah,
Because all these fights, Roy Jones Jr. was like untouchable. I didn't realise that he beat Tarver.
Yeah, but don't you think because you're basing it off names, right? But don't you think the way Roy Jones fucking finished people was just nuts? It's just depending how you judge it.
Yeah, but like I'm saying.
But you're basing it off names, though, aren't you? Your pound for pound is based off names, right?
Well, skill, but usually skill comes with.
But to me, Pacquiao and Roy Jones are similar in that regard. Pacquiao might have been beating the bigger names, but Roy Jones.
Pacquiao definitely fought better skilled people.
Yeah, but Roy Jones still. I mean, Roy Jones is just finishing people like fucking nobody's business, man.
But Pacquiao was finishing like cream of the crop, mate. Like fucking
like Cotto and fucking
mate. Just go through the whole of Pacquiao. He's still fucking doing it, mate.
That's the mad thing is that he's still doing it. I think whoever wins out of Errol Spence and Sean Porter will fight Pacquiao next.
Eh?
The winner of Errol Spence.
Oh,
Sean
I
Porter.
don't want to see that for Pacquiao. Though. I'm gonna cry.
Oh, he will get him and Errol Spence will be.
I think that'd be a good fight though.
Porter and Pacquiao will be good.
Porter Spence. I mean, the fight's coming up. Like,
I was watching a face-to-face thing with him the other day.
Spence is such a big favourite, but Sean Porter's tough to deal with. His pressure's very good.
Yeah, he's got a good heart, man. I like Sean Porter's heart. Manny Pacquiao, man, he's fucking nuts.
You know you're a fucking superstar, right?
What you got?
On your
you got two different Wikipedia.
Your Wikipedia page, like you know, if on any fighter's Wikipedia page it has their record. Pacquiao's is so big that it doesn't even include his fight record. He's got a separate page, boxing career of Manny Pacquiao.
They got into detail, didn't they?
Look at this run, right?
Look at that,
Eric Morales
twice.
TKO
Twice.
Don't know who Oscar Larios is. Then he KO'd Morales. Then he beat
Barrera.
Marco Antonio Barrera.
Marquez.
De
La Hoya.
Oscar De La Hoya retired. He retired De La Hoya.
And then he KO'd Ricky Hatton.
He retired both these. Remember Ricky
Hatton?
Yeah,
that's right.
He retired De La Hoya, retired Hatton. He pretty much fucking retired Cotto. He had about a fight or two after.
Margarito.
Margarito was absolutely massive.
And then you had Shane Mosley.
Marquez. This fight was the one that annoyed the shit out of me when he lost by split decision to Tim Bradley and he fucking won that easily. That was the mad one when he got KO'd by Marquez. He got fucking flatlined with that right hand.
Yeah, but didn't he fucking beat him? He beat him like 3 times anyway, didn't he?
He'd already beat him like 3 times. It's kind of the Mexican sort of rivalries, like they just had a rivalry going on. Yeah, the names about, but I think Roy Jones when he was in his prime, like he was like going, like he went up fucking over 40 pounds, man. He won the heavyweight belt, and the way he was just knocking out people was just a joke. It was like Pacquiao was just. He was more serious about it, whereas Roy Jones was so flamboyant. He was just knocking people out of nowhere. Like, I mean, there's a case for both, but I only realised that Roy Jones went from middleweight to heavyweight. To be fair, I knew he beat John Ruiz, but I didn't even acknowledge that was a heavyweight. Yeah, that's pretty decent. All right, let's end.
Yeah. See you later, chaps.
Shoot.
I'll be on fucking holiday.
I will be getting paralysed.
We'll see you next week.
I will be in a wheelchair.